and I invite students to join my live class. And many of you already know that this class is gonna last maybe for 2 hours. It all depends because I don't have any set time for this class, but yes, this class starts at around 8:30 Indian Standard Time, and where students can join this live class. And my other class is from Monday to Friday. So Indian Standard Time is 4 o'clock in the evening. So if you are interested, you can join my live stream classes also. Those classes are slightly different than this class because in this class, students are joining me online in my class where we will be interacting, we will be reading something and we will be discussing. So the students will be practicing their English language skills, right? Speaking skills also, as well as their reading skills. But if you are with me on my live stream class where I share and discuss the information with you, and as you know, we already started the topic, and our topic is about family, and it's a very vast topic. And first we just talked about the relationships, right? Or then our families, our extended families, and then we talked about the family traits in our last lesson. And then we did some of the activities and had close activities and the quizzes. So today I will ask some of the questions about those lessons, and then we will be reading one folktale, and that folktale is also about family. Okay. So Rembex is here. Hello, Rembex. So let's start the lesson. And my question to you is, what do you know, or if you learned something and you remembered from the class, just talk about that. Anyone who wants to start? What did you learn from my Monday to Friday lessons if you watched anything? And if you didn't, that's okay too. But just I want you to tell me if you learned something new or if you already knew something and you just reviewed it. Who wants to start? So मैं दोबारा आपको थोड़ा सा हिंदी में बोल दूं कि जो मेरे मंडे से फ्राइडे वाले लेसन्स थे उनमें फैमिली का जो हमारा टॉपिक है उसमें अगर आपने मेरी वीडियोस वॉच की हैं तो उसमें आपने क्या सीखा है? Who wants to start? Yes. Anyone? Hello? No one wants to start? Here you are live. Bolo, Sharon.
Hello.
Yes. Okay. Can you tell me? What did you learn?
I learned about family sentence. It's like, I give you an example. I have 4 people in my family. We can call it, I have 4 people in my family. You can also tell that there are 4 people in my family. And you can also talk about there are 4 members in my family. You can tell that. And about, you can tell my father is dash. I give you an example. My father is a doctor. My mother is a housewife. You can also tell that. And in the last way, you can also tell that I love my family very much. So in the lesson, I learned about family and family sentence.
Okay. So did you watch my 6th lesson where I talked about family traits?
No.
Okay. Anyone who wants to talk anything you learned from those lessons? If you watch those lessons, कौन है क्लास में बोलो? देखो एक और चीज है, अगर आप 100% इंग्लिश में फ्लुएंट नहीं हो तो इट्स ओके, यू कैन मिक्स अप द लैंग्वेज. Some of the words, if you don't recall instantly, then you can use those words in Hindi, or that's okay. It's acceptable. Okay. In the beginning, it's fine. When you are practicing, it's fine. So anything you learned, let's talk about Aman is here. Minhaz is here. And Yuvraj is here. And Jyoti is here. Anyone? Anyone? Anything you learned? So, or if you already know. Okay. Yes. Yes. Hello. Jyoti, you are muted. I cannot hear you.
Oh.
Now,
Yes, ma'am. I didn't watch your videos. I'm new subscriber.
okay, you didn't watch, but what do you know about families, like about relationships, how to their names, like just any, like, yeah, I know these are very common, parent, mother, father, brothers.
Yes.
So any other relationships you know in English?
Yes, family, parents, brother, sister, cousin,
Mhm. Right,
paternal auntie, maternal aunties, uncles.
right, right. Okay. And so that's fine. Anyone? Minhas, Yuvraj,
Yes, ma'am.
anything? Did you watch my
Yes, yes, ma'am.
okay?
I
You want,
I am telling.
okay, go ahead.
Uh, I have 14 members in my family, and I have a father and mother. I have big brother, two big brothers, is three small sisters, and one small brother.
Okay. So, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you learn the words you use for someone big or someone is small? What is
Younger, yes, yes. Younger, older, ma'am. Small,
younger?
older. Yes, yes.
Okay.
I did it. I did. Yes.
So use it, not small or big. Older.
Sorry.
Not, not sorry. I'm just saying.
Forget that.
Okay, no. See, that's the way to learn
Yeah.
English. When you are learning something and then start using.
Yeah. I have big older brother, and I have one younger brother.
Yes. So two older brother and one younger brother.
Younger brother. Yes.
How many younger sisters?
Two.
Two younger sisters. So you are the third one in the family? You are in
Yeah.
number in your siblings?
Third. Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. So you have four siblings, 5 children. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
5 children. Your parents have 5 children. 5.
Yes, yes. 5.
You have 4 siblings, including
Yes,
you
ma'am.
are children, right? Okay, 5. Okay. And
Children only.
14 members in the family, right? So
Yes.
2, 5, 7. What about us? Are anyone
Yes, yes.
married?
My bigger older brothers are
Older brother.
my older brothers have two boy, one boy and one child.
So your
One
one.
girl. Sorry. One boy and one girl.
Okay. So here, your one brother is married, right?
Married.
Okay.
Older brother. Yes.
Okay. So he's married.
Two brothers already married. Married.
2 brothers are married.
Yes. Big brother. And
Older brother.
older brother.
Married.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
No. It sounds very simple about family.
Yes.
It is hard.
Yes.
Two brothers are married. The older, so one brother, he has two children.
Yes. One
Okay.
brother has two children. One brother has one children.
Child, one child. Okay, so
One,
let's,
one child. Sorry.
okay, everyone, it's important.
Yes.
See, you are using the language in a real life situations. This is called using
Yes.
a in the real life situation. You know how you are learning the language, right? So you have two older brother. Now listen to me. Listen to me. You
Yes.
say, I have two older brothers. They both are married. Listen to me. The oldest one is the first one in the family, right? So my oldest one is he has two children, one boy and one girl. And then my second brother, right, or my other brother, you can say that, or right, he has one child. Child is a singular noun when it's about one child, one baby. So
One.
you're the one you have next little baby, and he is toddler. Toddlers are like a 2 years or 3 years old kid. The toddlers. Okay. Yes, excellent. Is there anyone? So then you have two bhabis. So then 7, 3 children. And who are the 3 members? Parents, grandparents?
Grandparents.
14. If I am counting here, and where are the 3? 3 are your.
is taking
Three, five, three. I have one child.
Okay. Okay. Anyone else talk?
Yes, me?
We'll be learning, you're going to describe the families. And next week, we will be talking about how you get the generic like traits in your family. You know, किसकी शक्ल मिलती है, वो क्यों होता है उस तरह से. अगर किसी की नहीं मिलती, तो वो क्यों नहीं मिलती. ये जो अगला, that's kind of like a start. And when you learn the language, you need to learn a language in every context. Learning a language, social language, because a lot of knowledge, use it in your speaking. Then you become fluent speaker. Okay. So anyway,
Yes, sir.
and today we are going to read a folk tale, and this folk tale is about a family. Okay. Okay, so let's see. My first read, Jyoti, let's start from you today. Just first paragraph, please.
Long age in China. There was a rich old man. He lived in a big house. He had 3 sons. One day he said to his son, "It is time for you to marry. I am getting old. I need a big family around me to help me in my old age."
Right. So that's what it is, right? When the parents, especially in Asian cultures, parents are, when their kids are like younger, they just want them to marry and then bring the, you know, daughter-in-law and then have grandchildren. That's kind of like, then they feel like, yes, it's a complete family now. As we just had a student who was telling us about the family and the brothers are married and the grandchildren, right? So what he wants his son to do? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, so he wants his son to
To marry
marry,
with
right?
someone.
Right, right. Okay, so my next reader is, let me see, guys. I don't even know some of your names. Please try to join the class with your name. You know, then it's easy for me to call on you. Okay, so who is here? Okay, who is the next person? Just read it because I don't know your names right now here. I cannot go back and forth. Yes, go ahead.
To read, ma'am.
Yes, sure.
Second para.
Mm-hmm.
First. Two of the sons found lovely wives.
Mm-hmm.
The two wives were sisters from a family in the next town. Soon the sisters came to live in the big house with their new husbands and their father-in-law. The old man was very happy, but he still needed a wife for his third son.
Right. Okay, so up to this point, we know that what? Okay, let me just take this away.
Okay.
Stop sharing with you. So what we know so far about the story? Anyone who wants to tell me in their words that we are reading a story and it is about a, and then start, please. Let's see. I have Minhaz is here. Minhaz? Hello? Minhaz?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you tell me the setting of this story? Where do you think this story took place? And when?
In this paragraph, we can know there is a rich old man, and he has a big house there he lived, and he had three sons, and he wanted to marry their sons.
Okay.
Because he was getting older.
He's getting old. Yes, he's getting old.
Getting old.
And he wants his son to. Okay. So what do you think will happen next in the story? Anyone who wants to tell me, make the prediction based on whatever we learned so far. What do you think will happen next in the story? What will happen? Come on, make predictions. So you can say, I think, or I predict that the...
I will carry, ma'am.
Prediction means, making predictions means when you are guessing what is going to happen in the story based on whatever we just talked about right now. So you already know some information from the story, but you don't know everything, right? So what
Yes,
do you is going to happen in this story based on this information? Anyone? So you can say, I think, or you can say, I predict that the what?
Can I tell, ma'am? I think the younger son will marry and it was a mouse. The wife was the mouse. The bride was the mouse.
Oh,
Mouse.
okay.
Mouse.
That's very interesting. Okay, so you think the younger one will marry and the wife will be actually a mouse.
Yeah.
Like you watched that movie Nagin? This mission, she was a snake, right? But she used She used to change her body into a woman's body, and then at night I think she was turning into snake. So that's what you think, that the wife.
No, I think that when the mouse were said, her father, no, not his father, will tells him to make some clothes for him by the bride. So the younger one go and say, you can't make a cloth. Then the mouse will say to all the mice, and the mice give them cotton, give her cotton, and she make a big gown. So then when she go to her his father, the father tells them, it is good. Your bride is so good at weaving. So then when the mouse were going to his father-in-law, then a man were starting. They were walking behind the pond, and then the man will kick the mouse. So
Okay.
suddenly the mouse were crossed and fell into the pond.
Charming,
Actually,
charming. Please wait. Now, did you read this kind of a story somewhere you are telling me, or you are just making it by yourself?
I listened that story.
No. We are not making predictions like that. No.
Oh,
Okay, here. I didn't ask you to tell me the story. I asked you, based on this information, that this old man had 3 sons and he is getting old and he wants his son to marry. Do you think his sons will marry, or you think no, they're not gonna marry or something? So when you make predictions, you don't make or tell the another story. You just tell the very brief information. I mean, in a 1 or 2 sentences. That's it. You can say, I think that the sons will marry with beautiful wives, or I think the son not gonna find wives, or I think the wife's gonna maybe not the nice wives, or maybe their family not gonna be happy family, something like that in a 1 or 2 sentences. Okay,
yeah,
Okay.
I think that the story is the story.
but I mean, yeah, I thought you are so creative, but if you're telling me another story, then that's not the way we make predictions. Okay, I'm teaching you a technique, how you make predictions based on what you already know. Then you see here, अब जैसे weather है, तो जो weather watchers हैं, they make the meteorologists, they make the predictions based on के ये जो weather है, बारिश होने वाली है. अब आप weather expert नहीं हो, आप भी अगर देखो कि it's a cloudy outside and then you say okay, it's gonna be raining soon maybe. अब कुछ कई बार होता है कि वो क्या कहते हैं इंडिया में, उसको क्या कहते हैं, बड़े यहाँ पे हम उनको कहते हैं डस्ट स्टॉर्म्स, इंडिया में उनको कहते हैं हनेरी. पंजाब में हो तो हनेरी कहते हैं हम, हनेरी आने वाली है जिसमें मिट्टी बहुत मिक्स होती है, राइट?
आंधी मैम, आंधी
आंधी, अमेरिका में उसको हम कहते हैं डस्ट स्टॉर्म्स, कहते हैं डस्ट स्टॉर्म्स. तो आप देख के ही आपको पता चल जाता है कि कुछ होने वाला है, राइट? बिकॉज यू ऑलरेडी एक्सपीरियंस्ड दैट एंड यू नो इट, राइट? So same thing is when you make predictions or you make inferences. Inferences भी बहुत close हैं predictions के. So you make predictions or make inferences based on the information you have and based on your personal experience. Okay? Not to tell the other stories. You understand? Okay, good. So you think the sons will marry, we're gonna be happy family, something like that. Okay, that's the prediction. Now let's go to the next one. Okay, So we already learned about it, right? The two wives, they found the lovely wives. Now, what about the third son? Do you think the third son will find a wife? Suman Kumari, where is the Zoom link? I don't know. ये क्लास कैसे कर सकते हैं? मैं थोड़े से टेक्स्ट पर ये चैट में देख रही हूँ. I'm from UP. Okay, everyone, if you are here in my live chat, you are there, not joined my class, then you can send me that text on my WhatsApp, and my WhatsApp numbers are everywhere on the screen. Even on my, I added the numbers on my thumbnails also, and then I will invite you in my next class. Okay, so Suman, I did it. I don't know how I miss you, but then I will send you the link next time. Okay, so now let's read the next part. Okay. Okay, so who is this? I'm trying to find out your names. Okay, guys, if you didn't get a chance to read, you can read, because I cannot. It's hard for.
Ma'am.
Yes.
Can I
please.
So two sisters like the big house, but they missed their mother terribly.
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 Every month they wanted to
Okay, that's fine. Okay.
wanted to visit her kind father-in-law. They said, "My, we go home again for a few days." The old man agreed, but he did not like them to go away. So after one day, the old man had an idea. The two sisters come as
Usual.
usual and said, kind father-in-law, may we go to visit our mother for a few days.
Right. Okay. So I will read one more time, and I just want you to listen it carefully. If you are pronouncing some of the words little differently, then it will help you. So two sisters like the big house, but they missed their mother terribly. अब terribly का क्या मतलब है? किसी को
Travel
बहुत
करने
ज़्यादा है ना? Yeah. Every month they wanted to visit her. अब यहाँ पे हर कौन है? थोड़ी सी ग्रामर की भी बात करो तो कौन है हर? किसको?
Mother,
Mother.
sister's mother.
मदर. हाँ, तो वो मदर है जो. सो काइंड मीन्स बहुत अच्छे, राइट? इसको जैसे कहते हैं ना, अपनी हिंदी में कहते हैं मक्खन लगा के बात करना किसी को, राइट? काइंड फादर इन लॉ, दे सेड, may we go home again for a few days? The old man agreed, but he didn't like, right? Or he didn't like, you can say here, if you use a contraction, then you can say he didn't like them to go away so often. अब often का क्या मतलब होता है कि जाते ही रहना, बहुत ही ज्यादा जाना, है ना? तो one day the old man had an idea. उसको एक क्या आया उसके दिमाग में?
idea आया.
आया. जरा देखता हूँ इनको, ठीक करता हूँ इनको, right? In other words, the two sisters came as usual. जैसे वो हमेशा की तरह, as usual mean हमेशा की तरह, जिस तरह वो हमेशा आके कहती थी, kind father-in-law, go home again to see your mother or something like that. So two sisters came as usual, and said, kind father-in-law, may we go to visit our mother for a few days? Now, think about it. What do you think? What kind of idea?
सोचना.
What do you think what he will say to them Yes, he said, yeah, you can go, but he was like, okay, I'm gonna teach them a
I
lesson.
think the father says you can go, but come in 7 days. But didn't you not come? I closed the door. I let into the house. I didn't let into the house.
Okay, so you think that when they will leave, the father-in-law will close the door and he will not open it. And that happened a lot in बहू चली गई तो दरवाजा बंद हो गया, फिर वो YouTube पे आती है बहुत सारी इस तरह की, फिर कि वो दरवाजा नहीं खोल रहे, मैं तो घर से गई थी, अब मुझे अंदर ही नहीं आने दे रहे. Okay, that's nice. Anyone else? Okay, anyone want to make a prediction about the father-in-law's idea? What do you think he will do? What do you think the father-in-law will do?
Ma'am, I think he's planning for like he will hurt himself, and moreover he's so old. That's why he make a reason that I am hurt and don't go anywhere like that.
Okay, maybe he gonna just I will say pretend that I am sick and I'm not feeling good and you have to take
Yes,
care of
ma'am.
me. Okay, okay. Oh, that's good prediction. Yes, okay. Because he doesn't like it. Like every time they just keep coming, right? Every other. This is common. This is, if you think in a real life situations also, there are some daughter-in-laws. They just want to go there to see their mother, right? And sometimes होता है, ये तो हर दूसरे दिन चली रहती है, होता है ना? Think about it, guys. In your relatives or maybe at your home. अब जैसे युवराज, अगर आपकी भाभी है तो हो सकता है वो. Anyways, I'm just joking. So father-in-law, like, or this is also a reality that many father-in-laws or mother-in-laws are, they are, in other words, like जैसे कहते हैं दुखी है इस चीज से, है ना, होता है ना कि ये तो चली रहती है, तो same situation is here too. So now let's see what will happen. Okay. So one day the old man had an idea. The two sisters came as usual and said, kind father-in-law, may we go to visit our mother for a few days? Okay, now, who is my next reader? Come on, guys. If you did not get a chance to read, you can read at this time.
Can I read?
Uh-huh.
Can I read, ma'am?
Yes, okay. Go ahead.
Of course, said the older man, but please bring 2 gifts when you return. Suddenly, said the young wives. They wanted to please their father-in-law. What gifts we may bring you? They asked.
Right. Okay. So I actually am sending a link to one of my students because she is not happy. Okay, Suman, your link is there. Join the class. Okay. Yes. So, Tinder, you have to text me on WhatsApp if you need a link. Okay, so of course, said the old man, but please bring 2 gifts when you return. Certainly. Certainly का क्या मतलब होता है? बिल्कुल, हाँ हाँ मैं लेके आऊँ. Right. So said the wives. Wives. Now you know these are, if we talk about the singular noun and plural noun, singular is wife, W-I-F-E, wife. But when we talk about more than one plural, that is W-I-V-E-S, wives, wives. Okay. So certainly said the young wives. They wanted to please their father-in-law. अब please का क्या मतलब है? Anyway, anyone, sorry. Please. किसी को क्या करना?
Request.
खुश करना. खुश
Request.
Please करना. Please means खुश करना किसी को. No, this please is different. वो request please अलग है. ये please है किसी को खुश करना. Okay. So yes. So they want to please their father-in-law. What gift we may bring you? They asked. What gifts? कौन से gift चाहिए आप? To the first wife, old man said, you must bring me the wind wrapped in paper. Wind, I hope you all know, हवा को. He said, wind wrapped in paper. And the second wife, he said, you must bring me fire wrapped in paper. आग को पेपर में लेके आना, fire wrapped in paper. The two sisters were shocked. Shocked होता नहीं, कोई हैरान हो जाना एकदम कि क्या fire or wind in paper. They left quickly. Then they walked along the road silently. So what kind of situation is here now? Is the situation happy or tensed or what? Anyone? इस तरह क्या माहौल हो गया वहां पे?
The situation was just as well as confusing. And
Confusing. Right.
how will do that?
Right.
To hold the fire and air in a paper.
Yes.
They are swearing. They are afraid.
Right. So I mean, they were
afraid and then
uh,
left quickly.
yes, they were like, what are we gonna do? Right. So they were silent. So now, what do you think? What they will do? And first of all, is there anyone can think about the gifts? The same thing. Like if you are in that situation, do you think you can guess what is that? Anyone? Good evening.
Then the first wife will take a paper and go into the wind situation. Then she put the paper to the wind and she gets nothing. Nothing.
Okay. Okay. Anyone else?
And the second wife is going to the fire and holding to the paper, but the paper will burning. She can not wrap to the paper.
So you think they will not be able to bring any gift for him?
Yeah.
Okay, so if they will not bring the gift for him, then they are not allowed to go next time. So what do you think is gonna happen? Anyone else, please? Ramesh Bhagat, Yuvraj, Vana, welcome. Hafiza, Khatun, Minhaz, Aman.
Good evening, ma'am.
Everyone, come on. So what do you think? The gift wrapped in paper and wind wrapped in paper, and now they are shocked and they are confused and they are unhappy and they are sad, they are upset, whatever you use it, right? And so now anyone can guess? Anyone?
But I give answer, ma'am. Before
Yes,
I am joining this meeting, but not before I joining this meeting, but not my mobile is do joining. I don't know, ma'am.
your mobile was not letting you to join the class?
Yeah, ma'am. Before, ma'am. 8:35 in Nepal time.
Okay, so you don't know the story. That's what you're saying?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, that's okay. But if you are here and if you were watching the story and you just joined the class, then tell me, what do you think? And even that was on the screen. What do you think? What kind of gift? Jyoti, you have any idea? Anything you can think about? Are you married, Jyoti?
No, ma'am, I'm unmarried.
Okay. So anyone? No? Okay, so let's find out then. Then we're gonna move on to the next one. Okay. So I am going to share the story again. Okay, so they walked silently and okay, who wants to read?
I am read, ma'am. I am read. Listen.
Sure.
How can I find verb in a paper? The first sister asked, how can I find fire verb in paper? Asked the second. Neither sister had answered. They sat down under a tree and began to cry loudly.
Right. How can I find wind wrapped in paper? The first sister asked, because they are shocked and surprised, right?
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am.
Find fire wrapped in paper as the second one. अरे मैं कैसे लेके जाऊं, मैं कहां से लाऊं, उस तरीके से, right? How can
Yeah,
I
yeah.
how can I find wrapped paper, like wrapped wind? How can I find wind wrapped in paper? Or how can I find fire wrapped in paper? Neither sister had an answer. Neither means दोनों में किसी के पास भी कोई आंसर नहीं था. They were speechless. They sat down under a tree and began to cry loudly. अब हिंदी में बोलो तो स्यापा पड़ गया. Right?
आप बोले मैम.
Yeah. So अब क्या होगा, बोलो, बताओ, कोई हल होगा इसका? Any solution? So this is okay. Now let me tell you, whenever you read any story and
Yeah,
think of, you watch any movie, every story or every movie is a part, like a story, right? Has some kind of problem, right? And then
Yeah.
a solution of the problem. Yes. So what do you think will happen now? This is the problem that
Yeah, tell me, ma'am. Tell me.
wants this. Father-in-law was like, आगे से जाना है तो मेरे लिए ये लेके आना, फिर जाओगे बार बार, अगर नहीं तो फिर नहीं. So now
Ma'am, can you hear the second part again?
second one.
Can you hear the second part again?
Second word.
Second part.
Oh, second. Oh,
You wanted to say second part.
so you mean this one or the previous one?
Previous one.
So this one, right?
Yeah. Yeah, okay. I just want to the story. I want to read the story again, so I will give the screenshot.
So yes.
Thank
Can
you.
Now do you know the solution? Do you know they will be able to bring the gift? Anyone? Come on, guys, think about it. Okay to make, moreover,
I think they go to a witch and they got the wrapped wind and the wrapped fire. They go to the witch and they got wind and the wrapped fire.
how are they going to do it? That's my question. How are they going to wrap
They go to a witch. The witch tells them that she learned magic, so she can't go to the room and catch the wind. And then she wrapped it paper, and she also know that fire cannot touch by paper. She do a paper magic, and the paper does
Okay,
not burn with the fire.
Armin, hold on. Wait a minute. I want you to go out, take a piece of paper, go out and bring a wind in the paper. Okay? Then talk to me. Okay, anyway, I mean, I like your imagination and your creativity, maybe. Yes, it is. Okay, so I'm going to move on to the next one and let's figure it out. Let's find out. Find out, actually, not figure it out. Okay, figure it out means when you are figuring it out by yourself. Now, who is my next reader?
I am, sir, ma'am.
Yes. If you did, yes, go ahead, please. Read, please. कौन है रीड करने लगा था कोई?
Can I read,
Yes,
ma'am?
ma'am, I read, no problem.
Motorola. Okay, go ahead, Motorola, read.
Okay.
Soon a young farm girl saw them. She was walking with her, ma'am. Can I see totally your picture in the
Buffalo, भैंस के साथ. Buffalo होती ना, भैंस नहीं होती?
Yeah,
buffalo?
yes, yes.
Okay.
Buffalo, why you crying? She asked. The sister told her of the gift they needed for their father-in-law. Is that all? The farm asked girl. I can help you go to visit your mother and enjoy yourself. I will have gift ready for you when you return.
Right. Okay. So what happened? Soon a young farm girl saw them because they were crying, right? She was walking with her buffalo. Buffalo is bhans. Why are you crying? He asked. The sisters told her of the gifts they needed for their father-in-law. अब ये देयर वर्ड जो है इसके बारे में थोड़ी सी मैं बात करना चाहती हूँ बिफोर वी मूव ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट वन. सो ये देयर जो है ये है कोई चीज किसी को बिलोंग करती है. अब एक ये भी देयर है, यस देयर सेम, और एक ये भी आता है देयर. तो जब आप बात करते हो तो साउंड में सेम ही आ जाता है ये देयर देयर देयर, राइट? तो ये कई बार आप कंफ्यूज होते हो इन वर्ड्स में. सो जो है वो किसी का, अब जो फादर है वो किन का है? वो उनका सिस्टर्स का फादर इन लॉ है, राइट? अब देर हम कहते हैं कि जब हम दो जनों की या दो से ज्यादा जनों की बात करते हैं तो हम कहते हैं देर, राइट? अगर हम सिंगुलर पर्सन की बात करते हैं तो अगर मैं सिस्टर कहूं कि एक ही सिस्टर अगर होगी तो हर फादर इन लॉ. अगर वो बॉय है तो हिज फादर इन लॉ. दो जने हैं तो देयर फादर इन लॉ, राइट? आप सब वो आ जाएगा. अब दूसरा देयर जो है वो है प्लेस. दूसरा देयर प्लेस के बारे में भी यूज होता है, ओवर देयर, राइट? अगर आप किसी से कोई आपके घर में ही कोई पूछे ओके वो चेयर कहाँ पड़ी है, इट्स ओवर देयर, वो वहां पड़ी है. देयर वो प्लेस में आ गया. हेयर और देयर, राइट? और देयर जो है वो हमारे सेंटेंस में स्टार्टिंग में भी लगता है. देयर इज, देयर आर, देयर इज अ गर्ल, राइट? और देयर इज, देयर आर. So you understand, these are the words we use in very differently. और जो तीसरा there है, that is a contraction of they are, right? It's called contraction. इसमें आप you omit the a and actually the word is they are, right? ये वाला जो है they are है, but हम sorry not e here. I don't know how I typed it. So ये जो मैं थोड़ा सा इसको बड़ा करके आपको दिखा दूं इसका कि फर्क क्या है, right? There, there, they are, there, they are. This is a contraction. It's called contraction. When you use the contraction, and especially when you speak, you use contractions a lot. And especially when you read stories, you see a lot of contractions. But when you read the informational text, जैसे न्यूज़पेपर वगैरह में आप खबरें पढ़ते हो जिनको कह लो, या कोई साइंस की बुक देखो, या कोई सोशल स्टडी की बुक देखो, या कोई मैथ की बुक है, तो वहां पे आपको इतनी कॉन्ट्रैक्शंस नहीं मिलेंगी क्योंकि कॉन्ट्रैक्शंस ज्यादा स्पीच में यूज होती हैं. तो इसीलिए आप स्टोरीज में कॉन्ट्रैक्शंस आपको बहुत मिलती हैं. नॉवल पढ़ते हो उसमें कॉन्ट्रैक्शंस बहुत मिलती हैं आपको, बिकॉज वो हम उसी तरह से लिखते हैं जिस तरह से हम बोलते हैं. तो बोलने में हम बहुत सारे जो लेटर्स हैं वो मिस करते हैं, उनमें कॉन्ट्रैक्शंस आती हैं, राइट? आई होप इट दिस वन इज क्लियर टू यू. ठीक है, ओके. सो नाउ व्हाट डू यू थिंक? डू यू थिंक द फॉर्म गर्ल विल हैव देयर गिफ्ट रेडी? Do you think she will give them the gifts or she just console them? Okay, कोई नहीं, ठीक है जाओ. आपको क्या लगता है वो गिफ्ट देगी उनको तैयार करके? एनीवन? व्हाट डू यू थिंक? सोचो। वो कहती इट्स
I
ओके।
think the farm girl will have an idea, and the idea was she took a paper, wrapped it, and she took a paper and wrapped it. She got 2 papers, and then she go to the sisters and got the 2 papers. Then the first sister say, what do I do with this? It's just a wrapped in paper, not fire or oven. It says, go and show it to your father-in-law.
Carmen, listen to me. My question is, do you think the girl will give them the gifts? Yes or no?
Mm,
No.
no.
Just said no, I don't think so. Okay, so you think, but here you see, is that all? She said, is that all? उसके लिए जैसे ये चीजें बड़ी छोटी सी चीज थी कि बस इतनी सी बात है, why you are crying? It's so simple, right? And farm girl, जिसको आप देहाती गर्ल भी कह देते हो, कई देहाती लड़की, right? Farm girl, village girl भी कह सकते हो, I don't know, but here farm girl के जो गांव की लड़की, in other words, गांव की लड़की, right? So now let's go on to the next one, and then let's talk about. Okay, who is my next reader?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, go ahead.
The 2 sisters returned the next day. The farm girl was waiting. Here is the wind verb in the paper. She said in her hand was a paper fan. It waved it. Then she said, and here is fire in paper. This time she held up a paper lantern with a bright candle inside. What the clever girl you are, I said the sisters. Thank you so much. They took the gifts and walked quickly back to their big home.
Right. Okay. So what happened? What was the wind wrapped in? किस तरह से वो पंखा जो हवा वाला? We all
It was like a toy, a paper craft.
और lantern देखी हो, they have those lantern and they fly, the lanterns fly in the sky. यहाँ पे भी कई बार अमेरिका में भी हम देखते हैं उनके यहाँ पे वो स्काई में छोड़ते हैं उनको, जो पेपर लैंटर्न्स होती हैं उनमें लाइट होती है. Okay, so fire wrapped in the paper lantern, paper lantern. इसको lantern पुराने जमाने में इंडिया में lanterns होती थी, उनको आपको क्या कहते हो? Anyone knows the word?
Lalten. No.
लालटेन. Yes.
आयल वाला होता है मैम.
ऑयल वाला होता है, बट ये वाला है इसका वो इट्स लाइक अ पेपर का होता है. ये बहुत चाइना में बहुत.
वो तो नहीं आप कह रहे वो पैराशूट जो दिवाली पर चला छोड़ते हैं? काइंड ऑफ
नहीं, ये इनकी होती है, अगर आप सर्च करोगे तो आपको दिखेंगी. कलरफुल भी होती है, कई बार ऑरेंज, व्हाइट, ऑल डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ कलर्स. यस, सो दैट वाज द फायर wrapped in the paper. It is a wind, hawa, right? So now here in her hand was a paper fan. It made a gentle breeze. अब breeze क्या है? ठंडी ठंडी हवा. अब देखो समर इंडिया में हो तो अगर पंखा जरा सा भी चला बुरी हालत हो जाती है, राइट? और ये वाली जो है इट्स लाइक अ जेंटल ब्रीज. ब्रीज मीन्स ठंडी ठंडी हवा जो बड़ी अच्छी लगती है. और जो विंड है वो थोड़ी उसकी स्पीड कह लो थोड़ी फास्ट में गिना जाता है. तो ब्रीज है वो बड़ी सुहावनी सी हवा जिसको आप कह सकते हो जेंटल ब्रीज. When she waved it, अब ये क्या है? Waved it, like वेव, ये भी है किसी को वेव, राइट, वेव करना, तो वेव इज अ मल्टीपल मीनिंग वर्ड टू. Then she said, and here is the fire wrapped in paper, right? Or gift wrapped in paper, or samosas wrapped in paper bag. So here, when you see these kind of sentences, and these call pattern sentences, means इसके आगे आप कुछ भी लगा दो तो एंड में जो रैप्ड इन द पेपर, जिसको आप फ्रेजल वर्ड्स भी कह देते हो, these you can use it in many different situations, right. So ये है कि you wrap so many things in papers, right? You wrap books in the paper, you wrap clothes in the paper, you wrap. Okay, रैप का मतलब क्या है कि किसी चीज को रैप करना. अब रैप आप कितनी चीजें रैप करते हो तो वो सेम ही वर्ड है. रैप इज अ वर्ब, इट्स एन एक्शन वर्ब, राइट? Yes. Okay. So this time, इस समय, she held up. So okay, now अब आगे क्या होगा? What do you think? अब आगे, do you think they're gonna tell the father-in-law, or father-in-law can believe that they are the one who brought these gifts? What do you think? अपने घर के बच्चों को पता होता है ना हर एक को कि किसमें कितना कैलिबर है. So what do you think? The father-in-law
My
will...
father will surprise and say, my two daughter-in-law is really brought this, but the other girl can brought it. I cannot believe them.
Okay, so he will say he will not believe them. Okay, anyone else? Do you think the father-in-law will just say, wow, you are so smart? अरे अपने घर में बच्चों का पता होता है किसका कितना कैलिबर है. यस और नो? तो कर सकता है, इसलिए उसने उनको वो काम, he knew them कि ये नहीं कर सकेंगी, right? Okay, so let's read the next one. Okay, so am I sharing? I sometimes forget. Am I sharing it? No, not right now. Okay, let me.
No,
Okay, so my next reader, if you didn't get a chance to read, go ahead, please.
Okay, ma'am, I'll be reading now. Hello?
Yeah.
Can I start, ma'am?
Sure, please.
Did you bring me the gifts? Asked the old man. Yes, good father-in-law, said the two wives. Here is the wind wrapped in a paper, said the first wife, and she showed him the fan. And there is the fire wrapped in a paper, said the second wife, and she showed him the lantern. How clever you are, said the old man. How did you think of these things?
Right. Okay. Did you bring me the gifts? See here, when you see these kind of dialogues, try to speak the way you speak a language. जैसे आप अपनी लैंग्वेज बोलते हो उसी तरह से. Did you bring me the gifts? Yes, good father-in-law. Here is the wind wrapped in paper. So she gave them. And here is the fire wrapped in the paper. How clever you are. How did you think of these things? So you see, जिस तरह से बात करते हो ना आप, how did you think of these things? Wow, you are so clever, something like that, right? So उस तरह से बोलो तो वो एक natural way से आप जिसको कहते हो ना language की practice. तो इसमें एक तरह से कह लो कि जिस तरह मैं बोलती हूँ कई बार तो आप imitate करो, तो that is also very helpful for you. Because when you speak the language, you speak it very differently than you write or read the language, right? Reading में. So reading भी कुछ इस तरह से करो कि वो बिल्कुल लगे कि जिस तरह से आप बात कर रहे हो, especially dialogues में, right? कोशिश करो. Okay. Did you bring me the gifts? Okay. Did you bring my whatever you say? Did you bring burgers for me? Did you bring my, होता नहीं आप घर में किसी को कहा होता है आपने तो आप फिर उससे पूछते हो आप मेरा लेके आए हो? Did you bring my dress? Did you bring my suit? Did you bring my sari? Did you bring like anything, right? Did you bring the groceries? Groceries means जो मैंने आपको राशन बोला था वो लेके आए हो? Did you bring? So ये pattern sentences हैं, right? When you talk to ask someone कि आप वो लेके आए हो मेरे लिए. So here it is, something like that. Okay. Now, so the next one. Okay, who is my next reader? Next reader.
I read, ma'am.
Sure.
Oh, we are not the clever ones, they said. The young farm girl was the clever one. The old man invited the clever girl to meet his third son. They liked each other right away. Soon they married. How lucky I am, said the old father. Now I have a happy house and a clever new daughter-in-law.
Right. Okay, so that was usually, जैसे end में होता है, तो she just invited her and her third son got married with this girl, right? So this was a story. I was like, okay, we are talking about families and let's talk about the families and the relationships, right? So did you like this story?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Like the study so much. It was an interesting story.
Right.
And
And the ending was just
learned,
unexpected.
A lot of things, how to
Right.
speak to another person.
Right. How to use. Yes. So family is very important for everyone, right? Everyone wants to have a good family around them. Right? Everyone wants. So now each one of you are going to summarize whatever you remember about the story, okay? In your word. I'm not going to show you the story, but whatever you remember and brief. When I say brief, then I don't want each and every word. I just want that, okay, this story was about A, and then briefly. And let's start from Vana. Hello, Vana.
Hello, ma'am.
Hi. Did you read my message today, the question you had this morning in the comment section?
Yes, ma'am. I just knew it. You said both are correct. Okay, ma'am.
Tell me.
I'm just confused. It's going or go to. When you said both are correct.
No, they both were correct. Yes.
Oh, okay.
See, that's what I was just teaching here, the pattern sentences. कि आप वो उस तरह के पैटर्न जो है वो बहुत सारे यूज कर सकते हो, तो वो that was also a pattern sentence. Okay, so
okay, ma'am.
So they both were correct.
Mom, did you say that we will say a review about this story? Did you tell that we tell you a review about this story?
Yeah, briefly, I want to start. Anna, go ahead, start, please. Hello, Anna, are you there? Hello. Okay, guys, before Anna will start, I'm just gonna show you one thing, the pattern sentences. This was Anna's question. And she actually asked me this morning, she said, I like, she was not clear if she can use, I like going out for dinner with my friends, or I like to go out for dinner with my friends. So she had this doubt, and I wrote down some of the pattern sentences, like I like to go for dinner with my friends. अगर आप गूगल में सेंस आएगी इसकी, I like going dinner with my friends. Same ही है, दोनों ही correct हैं. So same thing is I like running in the park with my friends, or I like to go running in the park with my friends. I like dining out with my friends. I like to dine out with my friends. I like hanging out. Hanging out होता है अपनी friends के साथ घूमने फिरने जाना. अगर आप छोटे बच्चे हो तो hanging out with your friends mean आपने बाहर बच्चों के साथ खेलने जाना है. तो this one is actually this sentence has a story. Hanging out वाला जो sentence है ना, इसके साथ एक मेरी story है. When जब मेरे बच्चे बहुत छोटे थे and I was new here in this country too, right? और इतना अभी language में बहुत सारी चीजों का नहीं था. तो my son one day said that, Mom, I'm going out to hang out with my friends. I was like, hang out? क्योंकि मेरे तो वर्ड में hang out तो यही होता है कि hang करना, किसी चीज को टांगना, right? तो मेरे दिमाग में इंग्लिश का वर्ड था hang out. तो मैंने सोचा ये क्या कह रहा है मुझे hang out. तो देन आई लर्न के हैंग आउट का मतलब है कि घूमना या खेलने जाना बाहर फ्रेंड्स के साथ, वो भी हैंग आउट ही है. सो यस, सो आई लाइक हैंगिंग आउट विद माय फ्रेंड्स, आई लाइक टू हैंग आउट विद माय फ्रेंड्स. सो इन सेंटेंसेस को हम कहते हैं जैसे पैटर्न सेंटेंसेस हैं, क्योंकि सेम ही है. आई लाइक एंड देन यू आर यूजिंग प्रीटी मच द सेम फॉर्मेट, राइट? मैं जाता हूँ या मैं पसंद करता हूँ. आई लाइक, मैं पसंद करता हूँ, मैं पसंद करता हूँ. मैं खाना अपने फ्रेंड्स के साथ पसंद करता हूँ, अपने फ्रेंड के साथ खेलना पसंद करता हूँ. तो ये दोनों ही फॉर्मेट जो है वो ठीक है. आई लाइक टू गो और आई लाइक गोइंग, वे दोनों ही फॉर्मेट में अगर आप सेंटेंस यूज करते हो तो इट्स फाइन. मीनिंग अगर देखो ट्रांसलेट करके तो सेम ही मीनिंग निकलेगा इसका. ओके, नाउ बैक टू द स्टोरी प्लीज. Who wants to talk about? See, here is the reason I'm asking you. So language की वाना आपने शुरू, वाना
मैम,
आपको बिगिनिंग से स्टोरी पता है? Do you know the story?
no ma'am.
Okay.
Actually, I came into the class in the middle, so
Oh.
I didn't know the story.
Okay, that's fine.
But
Okay.
I assume, but I just
Okay. You can share
assume the
what.
story. Yes, ma'am. I think the father-in-law was rude to their daughter-in-laws. So he never let them to go to meet their parents, especially her mother. So he make a plan, something like, if you bring me a gift wrapping with the fire, and to the second wife he said, if you bring me a gift wrapping with the wind, when you like.
Yeah, actually father-in-law is
Can I
very
try, Carmen?
nice.
Can I try?
Daughter-in-laws were
Oh.
keeping him pretty much every other day that they want to go to see their mother. So father-in-law just got tired, like pretty much every week they're asking me the same thing. That's why he was like, okay, you can go, but bring this thing to him for me, right? Yes.
Oh, okay, ma'am.
Okay. Anyway,
Can I try, ma'am?
yes, sure, please.
Can I?
Actually,
Wait, yes. Okay.
Actually, ma'am, there are two girls. The father tried to get the intelligence of the girl. Then he advised him to bring fire and wind through a red paper. The girl become very surprising. How can bring this at least by through a farmer girl? They want to know the process, and then they bring this to the girl, bring wind and fire. Actually, the father was main target to check the intelligence balance. When the girl become it reality to a girl, then the father is satisfied. The main view they are.
So that's fine. Okay, here guys, in this chat, I was just reading the chat on my live class, and there are some students asking me about how they can join this class. And please, when I am teaching this class at this time, I am busy. My attention is in the class because we read the stories, we discuss the stories, I ask questions to the students. and I cannot keep track on your chat messages, right? So if you are here, if you are a new subscriber and you see that we have a live class and you just ask me that I can send you the link right away, that is not going to happen. Okay, try to understand. If you are in my situation, you are teaching a class, you are interacting with students, asking questions, discussing everything, and you cannot be on 10 different places at the same time. So some students sometimes get upset with that. That's not fair to me too. But if you are here and you want a Zoom link, you need to text me WhatsApp पे, और उसमें आपको फिर नेक्स्ट वीक का सेशन का जो है वो आपको लिंक मिलेगा. इस क्लास का लिंक आपको राइट वे नहीं मिलेगा. ओके, दूसरी चीज और है, इफ यू आर receiving the link and you are not joining my class for 2 weeks in a row, अगर 2 वीक आपको लिंक आ रहा है और आप मेरी क्लास ज्वाइन नहीं कर रहे, तो मैं आपको अपनी लिस्ट में से रिमूव कर दूंगी जिसमें मैं इनविटेशन सेंड करती हूँ. क्योंकि देखो मेरे पास इस टाइम एवरी डे मेरे को कम से कम 5 to 10 मैसेजेस आते हैं कि मैम हमें ऐड करो, अपनी क्लास में हमें ऐड करो. और अब मेरे पास 300 से कहीं ज्यादा स्टूडेंट्स हैं जिन्होंने ऑलरेडी मुझे मैसेज कर दिए हैं. तो मैं इतने स्टूडेंट्स को इनवाइट भी नहीं कर सकती, मैं उन्हीं को इनवाइट करूंगी जो मेरी क्लास ज्वाइन करना चाहते हैं. तो अदरवाइज आपको इनविटेशन नहीं मिलेगा. सो अगर आप नए हो, अंजना रमदान, if you send me the email, then text message, then you had the link. If you are a new subscriber, then you need to send me the text message. You can get the link for next Saturday. Okay, please, if you are in my class also, don't get desperate, because I am the only one person and on a many different taking care of a many different sites. So try to understand, please. Okay. Be empathetic in my situation. Okay, the next one. Yes, please. And tell me briefly, please. I don't want a detail. Then you are summarizing the story. You are just telling me just the briefly what happened in the story, not everything. Okay? Yes.
I was telling you the review, right?
Yes.
Yeah. There are an old man and there was a rich old man, and he had 3 sons, and the old man says, I'm getting older, so that I want to get you married and having daughter-in-law. So the 2 sons were married, but the 1 son was left. Then,
okay, wait a minute, please. When we are summarizing the stories, I don't know. I cannot hear her. I cannot hear you, Charmin. Charmin, listen to me. I am teaching you some of the strategies here, how you summarize the story. When you summarize the story, you don't go in detail. So here, I am going to summarize the story, and listen to me how you summarize the story. So you can say, there was a man, or if you want to say there is an old man, and he had 3 sons, and he wanted his son to get married. So 2 of his sons got married, and their wives were like to go to see their mother often, right? So one day, the grandfather said, if you want to go, then bring me 2 gifts. So he told them to bring, the one wife to bring a fire, wrap in paper, and the other wife bring air wrapped in the paper. So the farm girl helped them to identify the gifts or to figure out what were the gifts, and she made the gifts for them. So they brought the gifts home and they gave it to their father-in-law, and they told the father-in-law that the farm girl helped us to she gave us the gifts, right? And then father-in-law were very happy. He found that farm girl, and he introduced his son to the farm girl, and they got married, and he was very happy. This is the summary of the story. That's it. You don't need to see who said what, she said what, he said what. Not like that. That is not a summary. Summary means I covered everything. I covered the old man, had 3 sons, had 2 wives. They had that problem. Someone helped them, and then they came back. They brought the gift, and they were happy. That is called summary of the story, right? So when I say paraphrase, when you paraphrase something, you go in detail and you say everything in your words. बट समरी में होता है बहुत सारी चीज को आप इकट्ठा करके छोटा सा करके बताते हो. आप कई बार किसी को मूवी देख के आते हो तो आप सोचो कोई आपसे पूछे ना, अच्छा वो मूवी कैसी थी, तो आप कहते हो अच्छा यार वो हीरो था, उसके ऐसा हुआ तो उसने ऐसा, तो आप वो पूरी 3 घंटे की स्टोरी थोड़ी ना सुनाते हो किसी को. थिंक अबाउट इट, ठीक है ना. आप वो छोटी सी बताते हो ना कि हाँ उसकी वो प्रॉब्लम थी, उसका बाप नहीं माना था, उसकी शादी नहीं हो रही थी, फिर उसने वो आया, उसने समवन हेल्प हिम एंड ये हुआ, उनकी ये हुआ, जो भी. तो यू जस्ट गिव दैट इंफॉर्मेशन, बड़ी ब्रीफ में बताते हो, बट सारा ही उसमें कवर हो जाता है कि प्रॉब्लम क्या थी और कैसे सॉल्व हुई. दैट्स इट. समरी में यही होता है कि कौन था, लुक हु, राइट, किसकी बात हो रही है, क्या हुआ था, और वो जो प्रॉब्लम थी वो सॉल्व कैसे हुई. दैट्स इट. वो समरी है. यू अंडरस्टैंड? Okay. Thank you. And please don't get offended. I'm telling you as a teacher, and we are learning here, and these are the strategies you need to use it. And every story has a setting, every story has a characters, every story has a conflict, a problem, and every story has a resolution also. Resolution means solution of the problem. And then the characters. And in the stories, sometimes the characters, they don't change. वो जिस तरह के होते हैं वो सारी स्टोरी में उस तरह के ही रहते हैं. That is called characterization. Characterization में है, फिर उसमें आगे आ जाता है कि वो जो कैरेक्टर है वो डायनामिक कैरेक्टर है या स्टैटिक कैरेक्टर है. वो बंदा सारी उम्र चेंज ही नहीं होता, वो उसी तरह का रहता है, वो मैं जैसा हूँ मैं वैसा ही हूँ. और डायनामिक कैरेक्टर में क्या है कि डायनामिक में कैरेक्टर हो जाता है. कई बार कैरेक्टर बड़ी गंदी नेचर का होता है पर वो अच्छा बन जाता है. कई बार वो कैरेक्टर है वो बड़ा अच्छा होता है पर सिचुएशंस कुछ इस तरह की हो जाती हैं कि वो बड़ा खराब हो जाता है, वो क्रूअल हो जाता है, या वो किसी, राइट. तो वो होता है डायनामिक कैरेक्टर, वो बदल जाता है. अब उसमें हम जब कैरेक्टराइजेशन में आते हैं तो वो हम कहते हैं कि कैरेक्टर का कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स कैसे थे, वो किस तरह था, वो मीन था, वो नाइस था, वो केयरिंग था, वो ऑनेस्ट था. बहुत सारे कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स हैं, मतलब बहुत हंड्रेड्स में है कैरेक्टरिस्टिक. अगर आप किसी को डिस्क्राइब करते हैं तो किस तरह का बंदा है, तो वो सारी चीजें आती हैं, स्टोरीज के पार्ट्स हैं. जैसे जैसे आगे ग्रो करते हो आप, क्लासेस में हायर लेवल्स में जाते हो, उसी तरह से ये जो स्किल्स हैं हर चीज में वो भी बढ़ते जाते हैं. एंड सेम थिंग इज गाइस व्हेन यू लर्न ग्रामर आल्सो. ग्रामर भी ये नहीं है, अगर आपका लेवल वो नहीं है तो आप एडवांस लेवल की अगर ग्रामर सीखते हो तो फिर आपकी कंफ्यूजन बहुत रहती है. इसीलिए सिंपल से सीखो. अब यहाँ पे हम देखो, हम शुरू कहाँ से करते हैं, हम प्रोनाउन से टीच करना शुरू करते हैं. प्रोनाउन से टीच करते हैं, बिल्कुल सिंपल प्रोनाउन. अगर कोई फर्स्ट नया कोई आया है तो हमारे जो टीचिंग की ग्रामर का फर्स्ट है आई, यू, ही, शी, इट, राइट. फिर हम सिर्फ प्रेजेंट सेंटेंस की बात करते हैं, फिर हम धीरे धीरे उनको पास्ट सेंटेंस के बारे में बात करते हैं. तो मतलब ये स्टेजेस हैं, इस तरह नहीं है कि वो भी सीख लो, वो भी सीख लो, वो भी सीख लो, फिर आपको यूज करना कुछ भी नहीं आता. तो जैसे जैसे आप सीखते हो उसको यूज करते हो तो, बट यू आर रीडिंग अ लॉट, यू आर यूजिंग द, यू आर लाइक, जैसे हम ये अभी स्टोरी पढ़ रहे थे, इसमें हमने कितनी लैंग्वेज है जो आपको, उसको अगर आप दोबारा जाओ, आप कितनी लैंग्वेज है उसमें, जो कितने पैटर्न्स हैं जिनकी आप प्रैक्टिस करके लैंग्वेज की प्रैक्टिस कर सकते हो. तो इफ यू वांट टू बिकम फ्लुएंट, आप जो आपके इंडिया में या जिस भी कंट्री में हो, आपके जो मेथड्स हैं वो थोड़े बहुत मैं कहूंगी चेंज हुए हैं, बट वो लेवल नहीं है जो यहाँ पे है. अब जैसे अगर कहो, मैं यहाँ पे कहती हूँ हाँ अमेरिका में बहुत सारे इंजीनियर्स, डॉक्टर्स आर फ्रॉम इंडिया, बट डू यू नो कि इंडिया से आके भी हमें यहाँ पे पढ़ना पड़ता है. If I am here educator, I spent 2 years in American University, then I became an educator here. ये नहीं है कि मैं इंडिया से जो पढ़ के आ गई तो आके मुझे जॉब मिल गई. No, I had to have my education. और यहाँ पे आके मैंने इतना कुछ सीखा जो मैंने कभी सपने में भी नहीं सीखा था. मैंने स्कूल में कभी कुछ ऐसा सीखा ही नहीं. तो that's why I'm talking about. और यही रीजन है कि इंडिया में जो है वो मेमोराइजेशन का मेथड है और मेमोराइजेशन, मैं बार बार कहती हूँ कि मेमोराइजेशन जो है वो बहुत लोअर लेवल का स्किल है। आज हमने देखो जो किया स्टोरी को, वी एनालाइज द स्टोरी, वी टॉक्ड अबाउट इट, वी केम अप विद, वी क्रिएटेड सो मेनी वर्ड्स इन लाइक हमने उसके बारे में इवेल्युएट किया, करेक्टर्स को समझा कि वो किस तरह का था, वो किस तरह का था। तो नॉट जस्ट के रीड अ स्टोरी एंड देन यहाँ उसको वर्ड टू वर्ड मेमोराइजेशन करो, उस तरीके से लैंग्वेज बहुत मुश्किल है आना। So again, I'm saying, I always say, play with the language, create the language, right? और जो भी सीखो फिर then use it in your life situations. अब जैसे फैमिली का ही है, अब यहाँ पे जो था वो चला गया, मेरा को उसका नाम भूल गया, तो in the beginning like he was telling us about his family, और देखो वो भी कंफ्यूज हो गया अपनी फैमिली में बताने के लिए कि 14 मेंबर्स कंप्लीट नहीं हो रहे थे, राइट? सो इट्स सीम्स टू बी वेरी इजी, बट व्हेन यू टेल समवन, वो बहुत मुश्किल होता है एक्सप्रेस करना लैंग्वेज को कि मेरा वो कैसे है। अब आगे जो हमारा नेक्स्ट वीक मंडे टू फ्राइडे वाले में सारे में अगेन आई एम टेलिंग यू कि फैमिली के सारे हम कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स की बात करेंगे, जिसमें बहुत आप डिस्क्राइब करते हो किसको कि वो मेरा फलाना रिश्तेदार या वो मेरा वैसा कैसा है, वो इस तरह से है, उस तरह से है, वो भी हम सारी बात करेंगे। एंड देन वी विल टॉक अबाउट कि हमारे जो फीचर्स हैं वो क्यों मिलते हैं किसी से, क्यों नहीं मिलते, उसमें अब बहुत सारी जो वोकैबुलरी है, डीएनए क्या है, वो सारा कुछ सीखोगे। सो आई एम जस्ट ट्राइंग टू, इस तरह से ही हम टीच करते हैं, यहाँ पे यूनिट्स टीच करते हैं जिसमें कि लैंग्वेज जो है वो हर देखो हमारे जो हम जो इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज एज अ सेकंड लैंग्वेज भी सिखाते हैं या इवन एज अ फर्स्ट लैंग्वेज भी सिखाते हैं, तो उसमें हम हर यूनिट, हम साइंस के यूनिट्स भी साइंस के आर्टिकल्स भी टीच करते हैं, सोशल स्टडी के भी, इवन मैथ के भी, इवन म्यूजिक, आर्ट, एवरीथिंग, पोइट्री, लिटरेचर, स्टोरी, सारा कुछ ही आता है। तो ग्रामर जो है वो एक इतना छोटा सा पार्ट है लैंग्वेज टीच करने में। हम जब लैंग्वेज टीच करते हैं, ग्रामर एक बहुत छोटा सा पार्ट है जिसमें टीच करते हैं। बट इंडिया में क्या है, लैंग्वेज सीखने के लिए ग्रामर एक मेजर पार्ट है, और ग्रामर फिर भी नहीं आती स्टूडेंट्स को, क्योंकि लैंग्वेज नहीं, उसका प्रॉब्लम ये है कि वोकैबुलरी अगर आप आइसोलेशन में सीखोगे आपको यूज करनी नहीं आएगी वोकैबुलरी। यूज करनी, you will learn how to use it when you are using it in a real life situation, when you are learning it in a real life situation. यही है। इसीलिए जब आप मेरे से कई बार ना ट्रांसलेशन पूछते हो तो मुझे बड़ा अजीब लगता है कि उससे बाहर निकलो। सपोर्ट, अगर मैंने लिखे मेरे थंबनेल्स पे अगर देखो तो मैं लिखती हूँ हिंदी सपोर्ट। सपोर्ट मीन्स थोड़ा सा सहारा दूंगी। एवरीथिंग इन हिंदी डोंट लर्न दैट वे, क्योंकि वो जैसे वो किसी बच्चे को भी जैसे स्ट्रोलर से अगर आप उसको छुड़वाओगे तो यू नहीं वो नहीं है, उसको छुपा लो, अब वॉक करना सीखो हमारे साथ, राइट? वो सेम चीज है, हिंदी की सपोर्ट लो शुरू में, बट ये नहीं कि हर सारी उम्र ये कहो कि मैं हिंदी में ही ट्रांसलेट कर करके पढूं। तो उस तरह से फिर ये जो आप सुनते हो ना, think in English, वो then you will not be able to think in English at all because you are so dependent on translation. So when you will like थोड़ी decrease करोगे ना translation, so then you will start thinking in English, and you will not even realize when you start thinking in English. बिकॉज जब आप प्रैक्टिस इंग्लिश में करोगे, पढ़ोगे ही उसको इंग्लिश में, तो आप इंग्लिश में ही सोच, मतलब उस चीज के बारे में जो भी, अब जैसे हमने स्टोरी पढ़ी तो उसको हमने इतना डिस्कस किया, इतना किया डिस्कस कि हमने बहुत सारी जो चीजें हैं, आप नाउ यू आर एबल टू टेल मी अबाउट दैट स्टोरी इन इंग्लिश, राइट? if you're gonna go and review that video again, then you can tell that story to someone else, right? Or you can talk about your relations to someone else in English. That's the way you practice the language. Is there anyone has any question before we conclude this lesson, this class? About this class, any question about this class? And if you, or any views about your views about the class? Anyone? Jyoti, you want to say something? This is your first day? Today is your first day? You are muted. आप muted हो?
Yes.
हाँ जी.
This is very interesting and very excellent.
You are taking notes, I think.
Yes, ma'am.
I
I
noticed.
write down some. Hanji, ma'am.
Right, right. And it's a good practice. You take the notes, it's a very good practice, and then use it. So usme kya hai, when you are talking to someone and you are taking notes and where you get stuck, then you have that help. कि आप उसको अच्छा ये था. So key points. Yes, right. Okay, so Metrola One Power, what's your name? आपने नाम के साथ ज्वाइन नहीं हुए तो मुझे आपका नाम भी नहीं पता.
नहीं मतलब आज मैंने कहने लिखा तो मैंने कुछ सोचा मैंने मतलब कहाँ नाम लिखूं तो मेरे को कोई पता नहीं चला, इसलिए ऐसे ही होता है फास्ट.
So what's your name?
मैम खलीलुर रहमान.
Okay, Khalil
Rahman.
Okay, okay.
Khalil
So
Rahman.
okay. So today it's your first.
Actually, ma'am, today is my first day. But when I talking with you to telling any story about, I cannot express properly because I know the word, I know that, but I cannot express properly because I not habitual to talk with English. That is my problem.
Exactly. Me too.
So दोबारा बोलो जरा, क्या कहा आपने, क्या प्रॉब्लम है ज्योति?
मैम इन्होंने मैं पंजाबी च गल कर सकती हूँ?
बिल्कुल.
मैम इन्होंने जिदा किया कि मतलब कि समझ सारी स्टोरी लगी है कि उन्होंने दस्या विच ते वो कह रहे कि मैं मतलब कि मैं एक्सप्लेन करना थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट है, मतलब कि अपनी लैंग्वेज छड़ के है ना इंग्लिश नु कैरी हांजी करना वो थोड़ा कह रहे कि डिफिकल्ट है साडे लिए.
Okay, okay. Yes. For that, if you are taking notes, like, so, okay, I from childhood, we are just like once upon a time, or long time ago, or long time ago, or one day. जो folk एक चीज देखो, folk tales हैं वो हमेशा इसी तरह स्टार्ट होती हैं. Long time ago, long ago, once upon a time, or one day, right? सिर्फ इसी तरह. So there was an old man. He had. So ये सारी चीजें आप हमें past में अगर बता रहे हो, he had 3 sons, right? So he wanted his son. So had, wanted. So कुछ ये जो आप इतनी जो ग्रामर सीखते हो उसको यूज करो ना, तो ये past tense में आप बता रहे हो अगर, वो सारी फिर जो है past tense में बताओ, right? I understand that what you are saying too, that you understand more and then you are unable to speak, but that will come with,
exactly.
That will come with practice, and that will come when you read a lot, you talk about a lot, and it's not going to happen in one day. Now my next question is, how many of you watch my lessons, like my video lessons, and you are practicing with them? Yes, anyone?
Ma'am, I do, ma'am.
Watch my video lessons and you practice.
Ma'am, I watch your videos, ma'am.
Yes, I know, Vana, you watched and you comment also. So देखो, मैं आपको advise यही करूँगी. Now, right now, I think I have 340 videos online already. So it's right there. आप मेरी I started it in 2019, and then I took a break for 7-8 months because I just stopped it because my teaching method is so different, and not like they like to join my classes, but जब मैं कुछ किस तरह के lessons मैं teach करना चाहती हूँ, आपको reading बहुत करवाना चाहती हूँ आपको, जिससे कि आपकी जो बहुत सारी vocabulary है, you learn the vocabulary within the context. Context की जब मैं बात करती हूँ तो that means कि you are learning the language through reading. And now when I talk about reading also, I try to start from the easy readings also, where, because see here, अगर आप even children books भी पढ़ो ना, you learn a lot of vocabulary which you will not find in the higher level books. And when you want to speak, you need that language also. So again, I'm telling you the same thing again and again, keep repeating it, कि do not learn the vocabulary in isolation. Isolation means कि ये vocabulary के 20 लफ्ज सीख लो, ये 10 सीख लो, ये 5 सीख लो, उस तरह से नहीं पढ़ो vocabulary. अब देखो जैसे ये for example अभी मैं आपको recently जो family unit ही चल रहा है हमारा, तो we are talking a lot about just focuses on the family and related everything about the family. Then gradually if you practice, you will be learning, or you might already learn a lot of the words related to that part. And usi mein jaise maine kaha, we can cover the stories, we can even cover the poems in that same unit, and then the articles related to the same unit. So us tarah se kya hai ki aap un words ko baar baar dekhte ho. अब जैसे फॉर एग्जाम्पल रिलेशंस में ही फादर इन लॉ, वाइव्स, सो दीज वर द रिलेशंस. सो वो बार बार जिन चीजों को आप देखते हो, तो देन दे बिकम अ पार्ट ऑफ योर लैंग्वेज. सो वो एक तरह से आपका जो वर्ड बैंक है, जो वोकैबुलरी बैंक है आपके ब्रेन में, वो यूज होता है. तो रिसर्च सेज कि इफ यू लर्न अ न्यू वर्ड, you have to encounter at least 20 times in order to make that word your own word, and you are able to use it. उस तरह से अगर आप, इसका मतलब ये है कि एक वर्ड आपने अगर वोकैबुलरी का सीखा, अगर आप उस वर्ड को कहीं 20 डिफरेंट सिचुएशन में नहीं यूज करते, या कहीं पढ़ते नहीं हो, कहीं नहीं हो, तो वो वर्ड आपका नहीं बनता. वो वर्ड आपका तब बन जाता है. तो you like 20 times doesn't mean like have to have a 20 times, but that is an example. You need a lot of exposure to the language, usko apni language banane ke liye, right? I hope you understand. अगर कोई confusion है तो you are always welcome to ask me questions. बट मैं हमेशा कहती हूँ कि प्लीज मुझे ये ना ऐसे क्वेश्चन मत पूछा करो कि ये सेंटेंस मैम ये पास्ट पार्टिसिपल है, ये प्रेजेंट है. आई मीन दैट इफ यू हैव अ question when we are reading something, that's a different story. But if you are just bringing a question in isolation, then that doesn't make sense sometimes. Because, and again, if you are translating everything, जब आप 100% translation करते हो, तो आप जस्टिफाई नहीं कर सकते हो आप उसको, क्योंकि हर लैंग्वेज में कुछ होते हैं, वर्ड्स भी कह लो कुछ होते हैं, या एक्सप्रेशन कुछ इस तरह के होते हैं कि आप 100% ट्रांसलेट नहीं कर सकते किसी चीज को. सो ये कहती हूँ कि ट्रांसलेशन को एज अ स्पोर्ट यूज करो. एंड वन मोर थिंग, डोंट थिंक इफ यू आर नॉट ट्रांसलेटिंग इन योर लैंग्वेज एंड देन यू विल फॉरगेट योर फर्स्ट लैंग्वेज. बिलीव मी, यू विल नेवर फॉरगेट योर फर्स्ट लैंग्वेज. फर्स्ट लैंग्वेज आप अपनी माँ बोली जिसको कह लो, आप कभी नहीं भूलते पूरी उम्र. वो नहीं भूल सकते आप, आपको जितनी मर्जी इंग्लिश आ जाए, वो आपकी लैंग्वेज रहेगी ही आपके साथ. ओके, सो प्लीज ऐसा कुछ नहीं है, कोशिश करो. बाकी फियर सबसे बड़ी चीज है. आई नो फियर और हेजिटेशन, एंड आई कैन अंडरस्टैंड मेनी ऑफ यू आर हेजिटेंट टू स्पीक. और जब वो आपके दिमाग में एक मैसेज आप अपने ब्रेन को दे रहे हो कि मेरे से नहीं होगा, मेरे से नहीं होगा, मेरे से नहीं होगा, तो देन कहाँ से होगा? You have to give a message. And that's the reason, Jyoti, when you started this, I told you, anyone, not only Jyoti, anyone, if you don't understand, like if you cannot recall a word in English, you still can use a word from your language. That's okay. In the beginning, it's fine. Or when you're speaking, but at least it will help you to try to speak, right? Try to speak. So, and then, yes, I was thinking to bring some lessons on the pattern sentences, because जो pattern sentences हैं वो हैं, जैसे अभी मैं एक example दे रही थी, I like to, और I have, can you, any, और बहुत सारे जैसे sentences आप बना सकते हो. Then you play with the language and then you start using it. But again मैं कह रही हूँ, अगर मैं के लेसन्स लेके आती हूँ, रीड करो, इंटरेक्ट करो उसके साथ, उसके नोट्स बनाओ, किसी से बात करो, टॉक टू समवन. कि जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल this story, you can replay this video. I know it's a lot, it's like a 90 or 100 minutes video, but whatever you want to, you want to watch just the story and then you can practice it. If you didn't take the notes, then you can take the notes later on. and then you can use that and talk to someone जिसको आती है. अगर नहीं भी आती तो then you can just record it. अपने फोन पे रिकॉर्ड करके अपने को सुनो. कोई जरूरी नहीं, आपको मिरर नहीं चाहिए. You just turn on your phone and start talking and then listen to yourself and then find out your own mistake. And then if you are making some kind of a mistake, for example, मैं अगर कहूँ तो जैसे मैं कहूँ कि he walk in the park, and now then I realized walk नहीं है, walks है, because अगर मैं singular मेरा pronoun है तो उसके साथ मैं verb में s लगाऊंगी. So अगर मैं कहूँ कि he is going with her sister, and then I realized no, not her, because वो तो man है, तो man के लिए मैं her थोड़ी ना लगाऊंगी, वो तो his है. तो इस तरह से अपनी खुद की जो मिस्टेक्स हैं उनको आइडेंटिफाई करो कि मैंने कहाँ पे ऑब्जेक्ट प्रोनाउन कहाँ गलत यूज कर दिया, कहाँ पे मैंने वर्ब यूज गलत कर दिया, कहाँ पे मैंने सिंगुलर बोलना था मैंने प्लूरल बोल दिया, कहाँ पे मैंने प्लूरल बोलना था मैंने सिंगुलर बोल दिया. तो अगर आप अपने टीचर खुद बनो, जब आप अपने टीचर खुद बनोगे ना, तो अपनी लैंग्वेज को, अपनी मिस्टेक्स को आप खुद सुनोगे, तो फिर अपने दिमाग में रखोगे कि नेक्स्ट टाइम मैंने इस तरह बोलना है. या अगर बात हो रही है पास्ट की, तो आपने प्रेजेंट फॉर्म में सेंटेंस बोला, तो आप सोचो कि नहीं ये तो हो चुका है, ये तो बीत चुका है, तो इसमें तो मेरे जो रेगुलर वर्ब्स हैं, देखो रेगुलर वर्ब तो बहुत ही आसान है. रेगुलर वर्ब में तो या तो ईडी लगता है या डी लगता है, समथिंग लाइक दैट. इरेगुलर थोड़े हैं जिनको आपको मेमोराइज करना पड़ता है, जैसे गो, वेंट, गॉन, राइट, ईट, एट, राइट. तो उसमें है कि डू, डज, डन, समथिंग लाइक दैट, उनको थोड़ा सा मेमोराइज करना पड़ता है. बट जो रेगुलर वर्ब्स हैं वो तो बहुत ही सिंपल है. पास्ट की बात कर रहे हो तो आप इफ वॉक है तो वॉक्ड है, राइट. इफ जंप है तो जंप्ड है, कुक है तो कुक्ड है, राइट. आई कुक, आई if like for example today it's my almost lunch time hone wala hai, so I will say I will cook lunch. And then if I'm talking about yesterday, I cooked lunch, right. Or agar main kahun ki I was cooking when my daughter came in and she asked me, so मैं खाना बना रही थी जब मेरी डॉटर आई और उसने मुझे पूछा, राइट. तो जस्ट प्ले विद द लैंग्वेज के सिचुएशन, कहाँ का टाइम, किस टाइम की बात कर रही हूँ मैं, अभी की बात कर रही हूँ या मैं जो टाइम बीत गया. अब जो बीत गया देखो वो तो 1 सेकेंड अगो भी पास्ट हो गया ना, राइट. अभी 1 सेकेंड पहले आई वॉज टेलिंग यू अबाउट आई कुक्ड द फूड. सो वो भी अभी जो एक मोमेंट से पहले की मोमेंट है वो पास्ट में चली गई, राइट. वो तो बिल्कुल जिसको कहते हो बीत गया ना टाइम. तो अब जो आने, चाहे वो बीत गया में, चाहे 1 सेकंड में बीत गया पहले, चाहे वो हजारों साल पुराना बीत गया, चाहे वो 10 साल पुराना बीत गया, वो पास्ट ही है, वो पास्ट ही है, राइट. तो अब जो आने वाला है, चाहे वो मेरा नेक्स्ट मोमेंट आने वाली है, वो भी फ्यूचर है, चाहे वो अगले 100 साल के बाद आने वाला है, वो भी फ्यूचर है. सेंटेंस वो ही सेम फॉर्मेट में यूज होगा. तो ये कुछ चीजें हैं जिनको जिसकी आपको गहराई में डुबकी लगाने की जरूरत है. यू नीड टू डाइव इन द लैंग्वेज. You don't need to be outside and looking at the language and memorizing. No, you need to experience the language. Experience करो language को, फिर language आती. ये है, okay? So बाकी एक और क्वेश्चन है मेरा. अगर मैं बुक्स, मैंने बुक्स काफी लिख रही हूँ मैं, और आई वांट टू पब्लिश द बुक्स, तो आप क्या ई बुक्स होती हैं या जैसे पेपर बुक्स, कौन सी बुक्स लोग ज्यादा पसंद करते हैं खरीदना?
ई बुक
ज्यादा चलती है. Okay guys, so have a wonderful night. I think it's very late in your country, wherever you are, Bangladesh ho, Pakistan ho, India ho, to काफी late है. So next Saturday I will see you in the live class. So if you will be there, then you will be receiving the invitation. So Suman, hello, रो रहे थे, अब कहाँ हो? सुमन रो रही थी चैट में कि मैसेज नहीं आया मुझे. सुमन, हेलो, स्लीपिंग, सो गई अब तू? सुमन, wake up. Hello, knock knock. Who's there? It's me, Dr. DK. Okay. Suman actually मेरी पुरानी student है जैसे कह लो. Okay. So, okay, guys. So I will see you then next Saturday and Monday to Friday. Try to join if you have time, if you are available 4 p.m. Indian Standard Time. पे मैं live आती हूँ 30 to 40 minutes. Okay. Okay. Bye, everyone. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am. Have a
And
nice day.
Thank
and
you,
I
ma'am.
appreciate. Yes. And keep writing. Whatever you talk, try to write it. Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
ma'am.
Everyone. Everyone.
Bye-bye.
Write.